x26-582-9933. That's the number to call to talk to me, Dr. Peter Glidden, your friendly neighborhood naturopath, your steadfast advocate for health. We are talking to Alexis from Nebraska. Alexis, are you still with me?
Yes.
All right, Alexis, thanks for sticking around through that long break. So our basic supposition here is that we're going to give your body, not just your heart, but your body, the raw materials that it needs to optimize its function. I'm going to have you stop eating food that's gumming up the works. We're going to wait a couple months to see how you feel, and if you get a bang from the program, if you start to feel better, if things start to go your way, then you just stick with the program for as long as it takes in order to make your heart as healthy as your heart can get. So usually with kids, people that are under 30 years of age, your body has a nice rapid response to medical nutrition. It takes a little bit longer with old timers, right? It takes like minutes with children. I mean, literally minutes with children. But regardless, the proof of the pudding is in the eating for you. And what I'm going to recommend right off the bat here is that you give my program 90 days, 3 months before you judge it up or down. 90 days before you judge it up or down, okay? And I'm going to bet you that within 14 days, you will experience a noticeable, measurable, positive change somewhere in your body. And the last thing to remember here, before I tell you what to do, is that this is not a hole-in-the-heart treatment. This is not an Epstein-Barr virus treatment. This is not a chronic fatigue treatment. This is not a funky heartbeat treatment. This is an Alexis from Nebraska treatment. So when you take this stuff, it's feeding your entire body from the inside out. So, in addition to looking to see, of course, what happens to your heartbeat and your energy, which are the two biggest things you're concerned with, you also want to pay attention to, well, what the heck, everything else. Your mood, your appetite, your sleep, your bowel habits, right? Of course, your energy throughout the day, and also your weight. Because this is a package deal, and it's an Alexis from Nebraska program, the intention of which is to give your body the raw materials that it needs to optimize its function. We are supporting and promoting the structure and function of your body, in this case, your immune system and your cardiovascular system and whatever else we can jam into the pipe here, okay?
Okay.
All right, so you're 180 pounds, is that right?
Yes.
All right, so per month for 3 months, my recommendation is 1 healthy brain and heart pack. 1 healthy brain and heart pack.
Okay.
4 bottles of selenium. 4 bottles of selenium. 1 bottle of Ultimate Daily Capsules. 1 bottle of Ultimate Daily Capsules. And 1 bottle of Cal Toddy. 1 bottle of Cal Toddy. That's 1 Cal Toddy, 1 Ultimate Daily Capsules, 4 bottles of selenium, and 1 healthy brain and heart pack. Don't worry about the brain part, because really it's a package deal, okay? Now, in addition to taking those supplements, you, me, and everybody else in the whole freaking world needs to stop eating 10 foods. There are 10 foods that are going to kill you if you eat them long enough, but they're not going to kill you quickly. They're going to kill you slowly and insidiously, and they're going to be sitting on the sidelines laughing while you suffer and die slowly. They are insidious, nasty foods, and you must eliminate them from your life immediately. To get a list of those foods, it's free, so don't worry. The list of the good food, bad foods is free. Please visit my website, fireyourmdnow.com. I like the ring of that. fireyourmdnow.com. Make sure you put the now in there. And sign up for my free monthly newsletter. It's right there on the front page of my website. And if you're 21 years of age, I know you know how to surf the web. So sign up for my free monthly newsletter, and when you do that, you will my system automatically sends you or directs you to a page that has a list of the good food, bad food on it. And there are 10 foods that are bad, Alexis, 10 foods. You need to stop eating all 10 of them, not 9, not 8, not 7. No cheating. Eliminate all 10 foods. And I got to tell you what, Alexis, just by stopping eating those 10 foods, you're going to feel a nice upswing in your energy, a nice little upswing in your energy. And then when you add the nutritional supplements into the bargain, things should slowly and progressively start to get better. You know, every week you should notice an improvement, kind of like watching ice melt in the springtime. Does that sound good?
Yes.
All right, Alexis. Hey, listen, I appreciate your trust. I appreciate the phone call. You got to love your friend for telling me about this, right? So get in touch with the person who brought you to this radio show, who told you about me, and they'll hook you up with those supplements at the wholesale price. They'll also tell you how to take them, and they'll hold your hand for the first however long you need, you know, direction and support to help you with the diet and to help you learn how to take everything. It's really not that hard, and you're going to love how you feel. But listen, Alexis, I want you to make me a promise, okay?
Okay.
I want you to call me every 3 weeks, more or less, and tell me how it's going and tell me what you're experiencing. I mean, even if it's crappy, even if you grow like a 13th, an 11th, 12th, and 13th finger, all right? I want you to call me and tell me, okay?
Okay.
All right, Alexis, you go, girl. Thanks so much for the call, and go out there and grab your health back, because if you wait for the MDs, you're going to be waiting for infinity, because the medical doctor is well-versed at helping you stitch up a wound, recover from a bullet in the arm, heaven forbid, but for the stuff that you're up against now, bringing your body to an MD is a fool's errand. Thanks for the trust. Thanks for the call. Now go out there and grab your health back. Thanks so much for the call. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're doing it to it now, aren't we? We're going to go to upstate New York, or maybe, I don't know, someplace in New York, and talk to Erica. New York's a pretty big state. Hey, Erica, thanks for calling. You are live.
Hello, Dr. Glidden. I'm calling about, basically, I went to go get an eye test because I was seeing lights on the side of my eyes, flashes. And I went, and they said that...
your retina was tearing, I bet you, right? Is that what they told you?
Actually, no. The person that did the slit lamp exam, and he did some other exams, he said that the vitreous is weak, and there could be a possible retinal detachment. Then a few days later, my right eye, which was perfect, it started getting blurry, and I can't focus as well, and I've been getting migraine headaches ever since. So I go see another person, another ophthalmologist, and they told me I could have a possible tear on the left side. So I went to go see a retina specialist today.
Holy smokes. Does anybody know how to diagnose anything anymore, for goodness sake? I bet your confidence level is way up by now, right?
Yes. So today they told me that I have a small retinal tear in the left eye, and that the only way to correct that would be through laser. And I'm a little concerned because I'm not too big on surgery, and I'm not such a fan of the MDs to begin with. So I don't know. What would you do?
Well, I can tell you what to do to support and promote the structure and function of your eye. That's no problem. I mean, it's not a problem at all. But what did they tell? So, you know, we'll get into it here. We'll get into it, so stick around. What did they tell you about the right eye?
I'm still having problems with it, and they're like, oh, your eye is fine. And previous to that, they told me I had iritis, and then I go today, and he's like, no, you don't have iritis.
Yeah, so how does that make you feel, right? I mean, isn't this crazy? I mean, think about this, right? Let's think about this all together here. I want everybody listening. We get about 600, 800 listeners a day on the radio program here, and it's growing weekly. Thank you, by the way. Thank you to my listening audience, you guys and gals. Guys and gals, you are the greatest. I appreciate your support. I really do, and keep spreading the word about this, because we are growing like a weed here. But, I mean, honest to God, right? Honest to God, Erica, if you won the lottery and bought a brand new Ferrari, right? and you're driving it down the road and you feel like the queen of the world. I mean, no kidding. What a fabulous automobile. You are sitting pretty and life is good, and the engine starts making a funny noise, and then the steering wheel starts to vibrate. If you took it to the Ferrari dealership and asked them to figure out what was going on, and they told you one thing on Monday and then told you to go to another Ferrari dealer on Tuesday, and the Ferrari dealer on Tuesday told you it was a different thing, and then he told you to go to a different Ferrari specialist on Wednesday, and then you went to the different Ferrari specialist on Wednesday, and then he told you you had to ship the car back to Italy to get the people that made it to give you, tell you what was wrong with it, and then you ship it back to Italy, and the guy that made the car looks at it and tells you something completely different from what those guys told you. I mean, you wouldn't have much trust in the Ferrari industry, would you? You would not. Yeah, and you would, write nasty letters and, Consumer Protection Agency, and you'd call the Better Business Bureau, and you'd make a complaint.
But in a heartbeat, but you can't do that with MDs. They get away with so much.
Well, they do, but you can do it. I mean, you can complain. But what's going to happen is it's going to fall onto deaf ears. Because, the MDs didn't do anything wrong as far as the textbook stuff go. Oh, they missed a diagnosis. Oh, they did their best. Oh, they did this. Oh, they did that. Well, they might have been working inside of their collective hive mind. But in point of fact, their diagnoses were contradicting each other, and so this means that most of the people that you went to were wrong. And, they didn't have the cojones or the intellectual ability or integrity to stick to their guns and actually figure it out. So they passed it off, give you to the specialist, pass it off, give you to another specialist. They don't give a crap about you. They don't give a crap about medicine. If they did, they would have been able to diagnose this in the very first office visit. But look, this is what we put up with time in and time out. Honest to goodness, I think we have Stockholm Syndrome. I think that's why we put up with this nonsense. Because why else would we do it? We've fallen in love with our captors, for goodness sake. I don't know what to say here. Oh, my God. Stick around, Erica. After the music stops and we have a few messages, we're going to come back, and I'm going to tell you what to do to support the health, structure, and function of your eye. I want to get away from my MD today. That's right, so do you. Get away, get away, get away as quickly as possible. Fire your MD now. Change your catastrophic insurance, change your comprehensive insurance to catastrophic insurance, so you will be covered for what the MDs do best, emergency room medicine. Hopefully you'll never need it, but, we're just walking in the emergency room, it's $1,000. Another way to do it is just squirrel away about $20,000 and stick it in an investment account somewhere that you can pull on whenever you want, because that's about what people pay for emergency room stuff when it comes down to it. So either way, you got to have your bases covered, because medicine in the United States is a for-profit runaway machine. You don't want to go bankrupt because you got T-boned in an accident by a drunk driver. Fire your MD now. Change your comprehensive medical insurance to catastrophic, and use the money that you save to purchase the Healthy Start Pack, the Healthy Blood Sugar Pack, the Healthy Bone and Joint Pack, the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack, the Healthy Digestion Pack. Whatever pack fits the bill for your body weight. Eliminate the 10 bad foods. Support and promote your body's ability to optimize its health. Get the heck out of the way and let your body fix itself. For goodness sake, this is the best thing to happen to medicine since the invention of the sterile technique, and nobody knows this but us. So hitch your wagon to our star, and we will go far, just like Erica is attempting to do with her eye health. So, Erica, our secret sauce to support and promote the structure and function of the eye is, 1, anti-aging. Well, how much do you weigh, Erica, if you don't mind my asking?
I weigh 98 pounds.
Okay. So do you have to wear, like, ankle weights on a windy day so you don't blow away? Yeah.
I would like to gain weight, but it just doesn't happen. Also, I would like to say that I am a subscriber, and I do follow the 10 bad foods. Well, I don't have any of the 10 bad foods, and I have been on the longevity products for maybe 8 months. but I haven't been on it, like, stable, so I'm sort of, I guess that's why.
Well, okay, so this brings up an excellent point. Well, so thank you for sharing that, because you're saving me a lot of wind here. So the only time that medical nutrition does not work is if you're not taking the right stuff, or you're not taking the right amount of the stuff, or you're not absorbing what you're taking. So by eliminating the 10 bad foods, you've eliminated the absorption obstacle. And if you've been taking longevity stuff for 8 months and then you developed an eye problem, we need to add stuff to it to tweak it. And there's also something else that we need to dial in here. So from our point of view, damage to the retina, the biggest culprit in retinal damage and tearing of the retina is oxidative damage to the eye. It's oxidative damage to the eye. So you need to be Johnny on the spot, or, you know, in this case, Erica on the spot with antioxidants. You need to up the ante with your antioxidants. I would like to see you have a minimum of 50,000 ORAC a day. 50,000 ORAC a day. Now, you know, you don't have to just do that with supplements, right? You can do that with green tea, walnuts, curry powder, cinnamon, red wine, right? So educate yourself about the ORAC value of different foods and, of course, the nutritional supplements, and increase your antioxidant consumption to a minimum of 50,000 ORAC a day. At 100 pounds, 50,000 ORAC a day is for you exactly what the doctor ordered. And the extra secret sauce here to support and promote the structure and function of your eye would be selenium. So, given the fact that the retina is starting to go, ostensibly here anyway, presumptively, and it sounds like a pretty good diagnosis to me, given your symptoms, I would take 9 selenium a day. 3 with breakfast, 3 with lunch, 3 with dinner. If you can manage it, the selenium is better absorbed if you take it between meals, actually. So 9 selenium a day. And also, for a little extra help, I would dial in the Ultimate Daily Capsules. The Ultimate Daily Capsules. Now, at 100 pounds, you only need 2 of those. So, to what you're taking already, do the Ultimate Daily Capsules and 9 of the selenium a day. Do that for 90 days and see what happens. Oh, I almost forgot. Because of the headaches, you're starting to experience headaches also?
For the last 2 days, I thought my head was going to explode, like migraines, and I have to, like, close my eyes.
And are they throbbing migraine headaches?
Yes. And
better in a dark room, right?
Much better.
All right. So there's a homeopathic medicine you can get that may help. It's called Belladonna. B like baby, E-L-L-A. D like David, O-N-N-A. If you can find it in the 200C or the 200CK strength, take 2 pellets once a day, and then 2 pellets every 30 minutes during a headache. And the last thing you need is the Smart FX. 2 bottles of Smart FX a month. Call me in 4 weeks with a report. Stick around, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Dr. Peter Glidden, your friendly neighborhood naturopath, talking to you today and most weekdays about all things holistic. Because like the fella said, you don't know what you don't know. And when it comes to health and healing, the stuff that you didn't know, the stuff that was so far outside of your wheelhouse that you didn't even know, you didn't know that, that's the stuff that's going to heal you or kill you. And, you know, walking through life is a dangerous proposition. One step the wrong way can lead to disastrous results. I love to sail, grew up on an island off the coast of Massachusetts, and any sailor will tell you if you're cruising a long distance, even just 50 miles, and you're off by 1 degree, you're going to end up quite a bit away from where you thought you would be. So even a little change now, folks, even a little change now is going to make a big difference to you in the days and years to come. Follow our advice, and you will end up in the undiscovered country of holistic health through science-based, clinically verified medical nutrition. Going back to Southern California now, oh my goodness, I am so jealous of anybody that lives in Southern California. Hey, Shannon, thanks for calling back. You are live.
Hi, Dr. Glidden.
Hey, now first thing, Yeah, oh, and that's what I was going to ask you. It's 80 degrees. Holy smokes. I don't even want to tell you what it is up here in the Midwest. We've had just a long, protracted, rainy, snowy, rainy winter. And down there in Southern California, it's 80 degrees every day. I am jealous, Shannon.
It's a beautiful day in Southern California for sure.
Oh, man. Every day is a beautiful day, but, hey, we don't have to worry about earthquakes up here. When's the last time you felt an earthquake down there, by the way?
It's been a long time. I haven't felt an earthquake in ages.
Really? Well, guess what, Shannon? You are due. Hey, so what's on your mind? Thanks for calling. How can I help?
Well, I have a question for you about ulcerative colitis.
Yeah.
Is that a result of eating gluten?
Yes, it's a result of, well, there are a number of things which we believe capitulate that. The biggest, baddest voodoo daddy in that regard is consistent consumption of wheat, barley, rye, and oats. But then, once that fire has been started, it's going to be aggravated by fried food, by oil in a bottle, by well-done red meat, by pesticides in food, and by all this other crap that we eat all the time, which is why we don't just tell people to go gluten-free. We tell people to eliminate the 10 bad foods. And who knows, maybe, this time next year it'll be 12 bad foods because science marches forward, right? So the big bad voodoo daddy when it comes to any type of inflammatory thing in the digestive tract would be wheat, barley, rye, and oats, which would then be aggravated, those fires that would be fanned by the other bad foods. And then, like kicking somebody when they're down, the body tries to fix it, but it doesn't have the raw materials it needs to fix it. It's like, if somebody's house is on fire and the fire hydrant outside their house had a crack in the main and there's no water in the fire hydrant, well, the house is going to burn to the ground because you didn't have any water there. So when your body is deficient in nutrients and you're consistently eating all the wrong food all of the time and your weak link tends to be in your digestive tract, it's only a matter of time until that breaks. And the degree to which it breaks is a function of really too many variables to predict. But, yeah, you're right. If I had to pick just one thing, if I was only allowed by law to advise people to do one thing with any particular illness, with ulcerative colitis, it would be eliminate wheat, barley, rye, and oats. You betcha.
I was contacted by a lady who said a family member has the disease, the ulcerative, however you say it, colitis.
Yeah, that's easy for you to say. Ulcerative colitis, yeah.
Thank you. And she said that it's so bad that it's constantly bleeding, and they contacted me from Austria. And they can't get it shipped down into Austria.
Well, that's interesting.
And so they were asking me about the food. So I was thinking, it sounds like a grain thing.
Well, yeah, it's a grain thing. And another thing, they need to get the supplement somehow. I mean, they can get somebody in the States to order it for them and mail it to them. They'll get the stuff that way. I can't imagine that we don't ship it to Austria, but if they said we don't, then we don't.
Yeah, I contacted Longevity, and they said they did not ship to Austria, but if they could get it, I don't know how much the girl weighs, but I know she's 20 years old. And
all right, so what you want to do, I mean, if you had a relative in Austria, you could mail them a cake for their birthday, right? So you can have them order the stuff and send it to you, and then you can just mail it to them and, collect whatever the amount UPS or FedEx or even the U.S. Postal Service ships to Europe. So that would be what I would do because you've got nothing to lose into that bargain and, it might just show up. But another thing that they can do right away is go to a local health food store and get a liquid nutritional supplement that has lots of aloe vera in it, aloe vera, for liquid consumption, not for topical consumption, for liquid consumption, aloe vera, number one. Number two, have her put a teaspoon of cinnamon in some warm water, and stir that around and drink it down 1 teaspoon 3 times a day. the cinnamon will really help the body to stop bleeding, as will calcium. She really needs the calcium. She really needs the healthy digestion pack. She really needs the Mac-E Plus. So the recommendation to support and promote the structure and function of her gut in the face of an MD diagnosis of ulcerative colitis would be 1 healthy digestion pack per 100 pounds of body weight, 1 bottle of Mac-E Plus per 50 pounds of body weight, and 1 bottle of selenium per 50 pounds of body weight per month. Plus, given the fact that there's a bleed there, I would give 1 extra bottle of liquid calcium a month as well. So that's the healthy digestion pack, the extra bottle of liquid calcium, the selenium, and the Mac-E Plus. I would hook her up with that, but immediately she can eliminate the 10 bad foods. Number 1, she can start cinnamon. Number 2, and number 3. 5 will get you 10. She'll be able to go to a local health food store and find something that has aloe vera in it and have her just drink that liberally, because aloe vera, have you ever put that on a burn? You ever used aloe vera, on a topical burn? You know what I'm talking about, aloe vera?
I just did. I just cut our aloe vera plant just the other day, and I was rubbing it on my hand. That's funny you said that.
Yeah, well, you know what it does? I mean, it really helps a lot to help your body recover from a burn. Well, it does the same thing to the inflamed mucous membranes in your gut. It really knocks down the inflammation caused by, all of the bad foods over time, and it can really be a great boon to people that have ulcerative colitis. But remember, we're not treating disease. What we're doing is giving the body nutrients that it can use to support and promote its own structure and function, and that is never a bad idea. So I would call FedEx and say, if I'm going to ship, 5 pounds of stuff to Austria, how much is it going to cost me? Call them back, give them the number, and see if they want to give it a shot. That's how I would handle that, Shannon.
Okay. That's great. Well, thank you for the wonderful advice, and we love you, and thank you for all your great information.
Well, thank you. You're welcome, number 1. Number 2, couldn't do it without you and everybody else in longevity, because remember what Ben Franklin said, ladies and gentlemen, we must hang together, or most assuredly we will hang alone. Thanks so much for the phone call, Shannon, and keep up the good work. Now, this is what's happening, right? The MDs have let us down so hard, not just here but all around the world, that we are driven to the woods like Robin Hood and his merry band of men and women in Sherwood Forest. We are driven into the woods by the jackboot of the pharmaceutical industry. But we are not going to lie down and die. We're going to band together. We're going to hold each other's hands. We're going to support everybody. We're going to form a worldwide grassroots coalition of the informed. For goodness sake, Shannon from Southern California, because she's taken the initiative, got in touch. Someone from Austria gets in touch with her, pulls her information, gets her contact information from Facebook, probably, maybe from her longevity website. I don't know. Maybe it's a friend of a friend of a friend. I don't know. But anyway, it's a network. However you slice it, it's a network. And this is what we've been driven to by the pharmaceutical industry. Wouldn't I just love to, sit in my office every day and just see patients like the MDs do? Not have to troll for patients, not have to do lectures to convince people to give us stuff a try. Wouldn't that be great? It would be great, but that's not the way it is. Now, I'm not bemoaning my fate, but I just want to put it into perspective here for you, ladies and gentlemen. This is what it's come to. Everybody is sick and suffering all around the world, and somebody's got to step up and do something about it. Well, who's stepping up? You are. Shannon from Southern California is. Corey from Calgary is. Mike from Camrose is. Ashley and Duffy from Seattle are. People from all over the world. PJ in Australia is. Forrest in California is. Ladies and gentlemen, there are people just like you who are drawing a line in the sand and saying this far and no further, and I am sick and tired of being sick and tired. I am not going to take it anymore. And furthermore, you can go pound sand. I don't want to take your damn drugs anymore because they don't work. I'm going to do something else. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to hitch my wagon to Wallach's intellect. I'm going to lean on Dr. Wallach's clinical experience. I'm going to lean on Dr. Wallach's vast amount of research. I'm going to use longevity to my benefit. And then once I've supported and promoted the health of my body to its optimal amount, I'm going to call my medical doctor up and say, hey, doc, you know that type 2 diabetes? Well, yeah, that's gone. You know that asthma that you told me I'd have to be on an inhaler for the rest of my life? Well, son of a gun, that's gone too. But you know what? I've developed an eye problem, doc. And then the doctor will start rubbing his hands together on the other side of the phone because he wants to put a new pool in his backyard, and he's starting to salivate. Oh, my God, it's an eye problem. I know this person's from a big family. It's probably genetic, so I'm going to be treating 6 or 7 or 8 eye conditions. Oh, thank you very much. What's the problem? Well, listen, doc, you stink at what you do so much I can't see you anymore. You are fired. And that's how we're going to change the world, ladies and gentlemen. We're not well-heeled enough to fight the pharmaceutical industry, and trying to get legislative stuff passed is just too tedious and too long. That ain't my cup of tea. We're taking action right now, encouraging people to fire their MDs, encouraging people to stop using ineffective, dangerous, old-fashioned, outdated, expensive therapeutics that only push symptoms under the rug, and getting on board with new-fashioned, science-based, clinically verified medical nutrition to support and promote the ability of your body to fix itself. And that beats a poke in the eye with a sharp stick. Welcome back, everybody. Winding it up here at the end of the second hour, Tuesday, April 23rd, 2013. You know, it's been a long week, but it's been a very, well, not a long week. Let me say it's been a long 5 or 6 days on the road up there in Canada. And I don't know what it is about the Canadians, but the Canadians seem to be more eager, more open-minded, more grounded, I think, more common sense. I haven't really put my finger on what the kind of cultural difference is between the Canadians and the U.S., and I don't know that I can paint things in such a broad brush anyway, right? Because things are different from county to county, from state to state, from province to province, right? There's no like one-size-fits-all cultural, kind of a category for anybody. And it's been my experience that the Canadians are awesome. They are. Real down-to-earth, grounded folks who will ask all the right questions, ponder what you're telling them, and then take action on their own behalf. I love working with the Canadians because there's no hard sell. And, this brings up an interesting point because we're not really selling anything anyway. I mean, we're not. We're just showing people what we are up to, laying it out for them with science, with, rationale, with reason, with testimonials, telling people why 2 + 2 = 4, and it doesn't equal 5 like the MDs have been telling them, and then they'll scratch their chin, they'll nod their head, they'll think about it for a minute, and then they'll buy the products necessary to get the job done. There's no messing around with the Canadians. It's like bada bing, bada boom, let's go, baby. Yeah, Dr. Glidden, you seem like a straight-up, straightforward, honest guy. It makes sense to me. I've been suffering for 20 years with this arthritic condition. It's getting worse. My blood pressure is getting worse. My blood sugar is getting worse. I can't sleep through the night anymore. I don't know who I'm married to anymore because the mood of my wife has changed so remarkably since menopause. I don't know what's going on. And this is the new normal. Mediocre medical treatment is the new normal. Suffering through the latter half of your life is the new normal. sports people dying from heart attacks in their 20s on the field of competition. That's the new normal. It's nuts. Once and for all, it is nuts. We are all down the rabbit hole. Well, we've been down the rabbit hole. A number of us have climbed out. And we're walking around on top of the rabbit hole trying to keep other people from going down the rabbit hole and throwing ropes down the rabbit hole to whoever will grab on, and we're pulling them out one at a time. Well, up in Canada a few days ago, we were pulling them out hundreds at a time, which is a very, very good thing to do. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, requesting you to do the same, requesting you to take action, requesting you to see for yourself whether what we're talking about is the real deal. I don't care what health condition you're up against. One healthy start pack per 100 pounds of body weight per month and one bottle of Ultimate Selenium per 50 pounds of body weight per month, plus elimination of the 10 bad foods, will generate in your system within 4 weeks a specific and measurable, noticeable positive change. It has to. You can't give an old, scraggly tomato plant that's on its last legs because you've neglected it Miracle Grow, good soil, good water, good sunlight, and have nothing happen to it. It's going to bounce back. Well, guess what? Your body also has the capacity to bounce back, but it has the capacity to bounce back in a big way. Give it what it needs. Feed your body the 90 essential nutrients. Stop feeding your body the stuff that it doesn't need. And it's a beautiful thing. Tonight, I'm on the Underground Wellness Network. I think that's what it's called, the Underground Wellness Network. Check it out. It's on my event schedule right there at Fire Your MD Now. It's a radio interview with a really excellent health talk personality on the web. He's got a huge following. Listen to it live. Call in live tonight at 7 o'clock Pacific. So 5 o'clock Pacific, 5 o'clock Pacific, 7 o'clock Central Time, 5 o'clock Pacific, 7 o'clock Central Time for about an hour. Check it out. It's right there on the event schedule at my website, Fire Your MD Now. I'll see you all around campus, ladies and gentlemen. And for the longevity people all around the world, keep up the good work. I'll see you next time.